Yo guys, what's going on? Got a blue hybrid deck profile for you guys, as well as some gameplay featuring MagnaGarurumon here. So there's lots and lots of hybrids in this deck, but it revolves around this guy and then cheating him out, as well as Emperor Greymon out for a very low cost, basically just setting up your Frontier Tamers here. So anyways, the deck is just basically all hybrids, so you're playing like basically all the good Strabimons, like the one that searches hybrid Tamers, and then you've got like the one that when attacking you gain a memory if it's hybrid, or 10 warriors, and then you've also got the newer one from BT7, where you've real top 4, and then you can search again a hybrid as well as Suzanomon or Koji Minamoto from those cards to your hand. So it's really nice because the other ones, like Suzanomon, isn't actually like a hybrid. I think he's a shaman, and he's a mega form, so he can't actually be searched because he's not 10 warriors, he's not hybrid. So it's nice that you can search him, but he's like your Omnimon of the deck. You're gonna do your plays with these two and then drop him afterwards, and then just kill something. He has the effective on Digivolve. You get to delete one of your opponent's Digimon, and then he's also got security attack +2. But the main goal is to tutor out MagnaGarurumon. So this guy is when Digivolving as well as when attacking effects, so you can use both of those effects like in either situation, but it's only once per turn, right? It's like a hard once per turn. So when Digivolving, when attacking, you can return one of his sources to your hand to bounce back one of your opponent's Digimon with an equal level as that Digimon. So if you bounce back like a Beowulfmon here, you'll bounce back one of your opponent's level 5 Digimon. So that's really cool, but the really nice thing about that is you can stack the materials with like other level 6s with stuff like Koji, who lets you, when you have him on the field, you can put 5 Digimon that have hybrid in their traits underneath him to, like, Digivolve into MagnaGarurumon for a cost of 4. So going straight from a Tamer into a level 6, so those 5 that you stack underneath him don't have to be blue. It's not color restricted, nor is it level restricted. So it's really nice when you can, that's actually why I'm taking in like the one copy of Aldemon, just to be able to put this underneath him and then make sure you don't actually check security cards or anything like that. So that's a really cool interaction. But then you can do something like, go into MagnaGarurumon, stack another Magna or an Emperor Greymon underneath them, and then bounce back one of your 6s to bounce back an opponent's level 6. So it's a free Cocytus Breath, which is really, really cool. And then also, if you bounce back something to your hand via an effect, you get to unsuspend one of your Digimon, so potentially giving him the opportunity to attack multiple times the following turn after you drop him. So that's really, really cool. So that's kind of what the deck does. And then, of course, you just got your Surgery cards like the Strabimons, the Pokemon's really nice. And then you've got your level 4 hybrid package. These guys don't... I feel like Kumamon and Korikakumon here are like not the best, but they basically just revolve around like Kumamon trashes something when he's Digivolved, and then Korikakumon lets you, if you have Tommy underneath them, or if you have just a hybrid, you can choose one of your opponent's Digimon without sources, and then it can't attack or block the next turn. So that's kind of cool, but I don't feel like these guys they're kind of just here to like provide like extra, you just like need hybrids, right? And then Beowulfmon is actually really cool. I like the BT4 one still, just because you can kind of, just cheese your opponent and like prevent them from attacking him, which is cool. But then this one's really nice because you get to, again, you have the hand control thing where you can bounce back your opponent's Digimon, and then you can also evolve him for a 1 cost, which is actually really, really cool if you've got a Tamer underneath them. But yeah, and then just playing some other cards here, Davis, Tommy, Koji, and Takuya. I mentioned Takuya is here again because you can just play him and go straight into an Emperor Greymon, not caring about like the level or color restrictions. So like late game, because you're going to go through these very often, like late game, you can just play this and then get back 5 from your trash and then go into him, and then he's got Blitz, and then if he's blocked, you can unsuspend him and then gain like 5 memory, because you're going to be gaining 1 for each hybrid, and everything in this deck is a hybrid. So that's actually really insane. So I think that's really cool. It's just like a couple, like a 2 of. And then also playing Starlight Velocity. This is like basically the, what's it called, the Kaiser Nail of the deck. Yeah, Kaiser Nail, where you can basically just play any Tamer or hybrid for 1 underneath one of your Digimon. So another really cool thing you can do is, like I said, you can stack your sources with Koji or Takuya, and then like play another level 6 like for a 3 cost, which is like really crazy. Or I mean, maybe if you evolved a Davis just to like get a hybrid on field, you could go back and like play him from your sources and then get it on play, and then guarantee yourself the 3 memory, which is really nice. And then Ice Wall here is just an insane blue option card, so I think this is a staple in a lot of blue decks. But yeah, that is going to be the list. Let's go ahead and get into some gameplay. So, game one, I am going to start there, but you see my hand is pretty terrible. I have no level 3s. Not only do I have no level 3s, but I also have no Tamers, so no Davis or anything to at least kind of remedy the situation. I was thinking here I could play a Kumamon for 5, but it might be better just to pass. I don't know if I want to give my opponent 5 memory and then committing something on field that is just like not going to do anything, so I ended up just passing. So my opponent is playing a black deck. I thought it was kind of like black blockers, as you see the Gotsumon evolved in the breeding area, and then a Mechanori played for 4. But you'll see that's not actually the case in a little bit. So I basically just unbricked my hand with that Strabimon. I was able to Digivolve, draw into a Bokomon, which is super fantastic because that's going to give me the +2 I need. I'm going to add a Koji to my hand as well as one of the hybrid Digimon. So I could take MagnaGarurumon or the Strabimon or the Beowulfmon there, but since I've got a Magna already, I didn't feel like I necessarily needed a second one. I would have rather had the ability from the Strabimon to search, or as you know, he's also got that nice inherited effect where if he dies on deletion, you get to play a Koji from your hand for free. So anyways, that's going to increase my hand size quite a bit, and then my opponent is going to Digivolve into Andromon, the EX01 Andromon there. So at this point I was like, okay, I think I have an idea of what this guy is playing. He's going to Digivolve that and then draw and then reveal the top 3 cards of his deck off of Andromon's ability, which lets you add a level 6 Machine or Cyborg, I believe. So it's basically you just add Machine Dramon and then you trash the rest of the cards, which is really nice because you want to build up your trash with as many of those level 5 Cyborg Digimon as possible. So now I'm going to go ahead and start my turn here with only 1 memory, and I think the move here is probably just to play Koji, and then next turn I can evolve him and then get the free +2 memory off of the Bokomon there, since I'm going to evolve my Tamer. So I'm just going to pass turn by playing Koji and then leave my opponent with 2. Now the thing about the Machine Dramon deck is that it requires a lot of setup, and like Machine Dramon himself, as a boss monster, he's really cool, but he doesn't, like, do a whole lot. So he can't be reduced, like, his DP can't be reduced, and then if he would die, you can, like, detach 2 materials instead. But, like, aside from that, he doesn't do any. He has, like, layers of protection, but he really doesn't do anything. So we're going to see how Gurumon played. That is the Gurumon, again, from EX01, which lets you basically discard a Machine or Cyborg level 5 and draw 2 cards. So now I'm going to start with 1, debating whether or not to bring out my Strabimon here, but I might as well because I've got another one in the hand as well. I've also got another Koji in hand, so that's nice. I'm going to probably just evolve into okay, so I'm actually just going to go ahead straight up evolve into Magna for 4. So instead of going into level 4 here, I'm just going to use Koji's effect, which lets you stick 5 hybrids underneath him. So the order of that is actually kind of technically wrong. Koji's supposed to be on top, but I don't think it's going to matter here. And then basically you get to do that and then evolve for the cost of MagnaGarurumon, which is 4, and then Bokomon will give me 2 memory, which will basically make that exchange like 2 cost instead. And then we're also going to realize here that Koji also has the effect where if your hand size increases due to an effect, you gain a memory. So I just gained 3 memory, basically evolving Magna for 1, and then was able to bounce back as Andromon using Magna's own ability. Now I'm going to attack security and then hit him for 12,000, and then finally just end things off probably with either Digivolving a Garurumon or a MagnaGarurumon or a Korikakumon here. I think Korikakumon was probably the better move because he does have that effect where if you Digivolve him, you can choose one of your opponent's Digimon without materials, and then it'll be unable to attack or block. And then which was kind of relevant here because he decided to attack, but then he decided to not actually attack, so that's not actually going to matter. So then we're just going to see a Mechanori evolved for 3. I don't know if I've ever seen someone evolve Mechanori. Usually you just hard play it. But anyway, so we're going to evolve that for 3. And then we're going to see Ultimate Connection here, which is essentially the Machinedramon's version of Hammer Spark. Except it's kind of better because you also get to trash one of your cyborgs and then draw a card. So you basically play it for 1, you gain 2 memory, and then you discard and draw a card. So it's really, really nice. And then it's in security, you activate the main effect. So it's actually insane in security. So then we're going to see another Hagurumon played. Its effect activate, and then 2 cards will be drawn here. Metal Mamemon is going to go to the trash. So I'm going to start my turn with 2 memory, hatch my Upamon, and then try to recover here from the fact that MagnaGarurumon takes a lot of hand resources to evolve him through that way, which is kind of why I like. He's really, really good, but I don't like him more than Emperor Greymon, who can let you bring back stuff from trash rather than sticking 5 from your hand underneath them. So anyway, so I'm just going to evolve the Strabimon. I drew into the Suzanomon there as well, but he doesn't really have anything that I would like to delete. So I'm just going to use Magna's effect, being able to bounce back a Digimon from its sources. So bounce back a Strabimon, return the Chumon to my opponent's hand, and then, you know, since I use that one attacking effect, I'll be able to unsuspend my MagnaGarurumon and then gain a memory because my hand size was increased from the Koji. Unfortunately, I'm going to run into Ultimate Connection and Security. My opponent is going to be able to activate the main effect, trash a card, gain 2 memory, and so it's basically like a better Hammer Spark in security, which is really insane, putting me back down to 1, which is a little bit unfortunate, but that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and attack again with the MagnaGarurumon. This time hit a Gewalt Schwarmer, so that luckily does not activate, but my opponent is going to be able to add that to his hand. I don't think he'll activate that because he does also have 3 of his own Digimon that would lose to that card. For those of you who don't know, that deletes all level or all 7 cost or lower Digimon. I think it's 7 cost, but it includes your own Digimon is my point. So I'm just going to attack with the Garurumon, with the MagnaGarurumon there, and then my opponent is going to block with the Gatsumon and then get the on deletion effect from the Pokemon. Unfortunately, it was not a black Digimon, so it's going to go at the bottom of the deck. And with only 2 memory left, I think the move here is just to play Koji and pass turn. Either that or play the Strabimon, and then that'll set me up for some more hybrid plays in the following couple of turns. But I think I basically got this one out, because I don't think there's anything he can do here with 1 memory. Machinedramon is a 12 cost. Even if he was able to drop a Machinedramon, he'd have to pass turn, and then at best he'd get like an 11,000 blocker during my turn. But I have 4 Digimon in play. I have 1 of them who can attack twice, and then I've got more hybrids in my hand to evolve over the Koji there. So I really don't think he'll be able to do anything. We're going to see the Ultimate Connection played once again, and then the Gewalt Schwarmer played for 7 as a last-ditch attempt to basically prevent me from gaming him. So that's going to clear 2 of my Digimon, as well as my opponent's field for a 7 cost. So it's a very high-risk, high-reward card. It's usually better if you don't have anything on your side of the field, but I don't think my opponent really had a choice at this point. But unfortunately for him, I'm pretty sure I can still OTK him. So I'm going to unsuspend Magna, go ahead and attack security, check for 12,000, attack with the Strabimon, hit another Machinedramon, so maybe that's why we didn't see any. There were 2 in security. And then finally, I'm just going to evolve my Tamer and then go into Kumamon and then swing for a game. So that's going to be game 1. Game 2, my opponent is actually going to start. I'm not sure if that's the right move. I feel like that deck really wants as many cards in hand so you can like discard stuff and get set up properly. Especially if you're starting with memory, that's a little bit better. But regardless, he's just going to pass, putting me with 3 memory. I'm going to Digivolve into my Strabimon. I drew into a Starlight Velocity there. That's essentially the Kaiser Nail for the deck, which is really nice, especially only being at 3 cost. So then I'm just going to play Davis for 4 and then use the effect, reveal top 3, add 1 of those blue Digimon to my hand, and then also get me set up with that Memory Tamer. I think at this point, it'd be nice to add the Beowulf, so that is what I'm going to do, especially because I've got the MagnaGarurumon in my hand as well. I've also got the Kumamon in the back, so I can just go Beowulf over that the following turn, and then if he commits anything to the field, I can get rid of it or bounce it back to hand, not get rid of it completely, but at least be able to clear the field from that. So then my opponent is going to start, play the ultimate connection. He's going to basically gain 1 and draw a card after discarding 1 card from his hand. Digivolves the Hagurumon as well. And then we're going to see a MagnaGarurumon hard played for 7. So that is a little bit unfortunate, especially because I just drew into the MagnaGarurumon. So now I can just bring out my Kumamon, go into Beowulf for 3. I was debating here, maybe I could Digivolve, you know, like go MagnaGarurumon and then Beowulf on top of the Davis here. So instead of using my Kumamon, I could use that for a total cost of 3, because then Beowulf would only be 1 cost, but I decided against it since I think I'd rather have Davis on field at this point in the game. And then I drew into a Pokemon, so my hand is really, really fantastic at this point. I'm just going to go ahead and Digivolve MagnaGarurumon, use his on Digivolve, bounce back Beowulf, and then bounce back my opponent's level 5 Digimon, you know, return that to his hand. Unfortunately, no Koji or anything, so I'm not going to get any memory gains, but I did prevent my opponent from going into a level 6 there. So he's going to start with 4 memory. We're going to see a Hagurumon come on out, but I don't think there's anything he can do to threaten me necessarily. Black does have a couple of option cards that could just straight up, they've got, what's it called, the Gaia Force, the one with Genkumon, that kills like your highest cost dude, so that could be really devastating, but other than that, I don't think there's any one card that can just clear my field. So we're going to see a Machinedramon Digivolve, which is a little bit unfortunate, especially because, right, he does have, the ability to prevent DP reduction, but then without 2 or more machines underneath him or cyborgs, his effect to prevent himself from destruction is like not live, because he has to detach 2 of those level 5. So that's a little bit unfortunate. I'm going to go ahead swing, gain a memory because I've got hybrid or 10 warriors. And then I'm going to go ahead and check security just for 1 check here, and then with 4 memory there is a whole lot I can do. So I think the move here is probably play Bokomon and then maybe Strabimon as well, see if I can get another Koji because I've got a Magna, or see if I could get a Takuya because I've also got double Emperor Greymon in my hand. So I'm going to play the Bokomon, and there we go, +2, going to add the Korikakumon as well as the Koji there. And then if I do end up Digivolving one of my Digimon, I can go ahead and gain the 2 memory from Davis. So a really cool move I could do here is like Digivolve into MagnaGarurumon on top of the Davis for 0, because I gain the 2 memory back immediately from the Bokomon, and then go into an ultimate for 1. So you can see just how strong and how memory efficient this deck can be. With 1 memory, I'm able to build on up into an ultimate. Like, I think that's just crazy. And then right here, I've got the MagnaGarurumon as well. Unfortunately, no, like, I don't have a way of getting a level 6 underneath him, so I'm not sure if it was the best play to go ahead and get rid of Davis. But regardless, I'm just going to go into Beowulf, and then I drew into a couple of really good cards. You see the Ice Wall there. I'm just going to play Ice Wall for 1. So basically, my opponent's Digimon gain, like, when attacking, they lose 2 memory. So if he does choose to attack with the Machinedramon here, his turn will basically be over. It'll pass to me. So that's really, really fantastic. We're going to see a Chaosdramon here, letting your Machinedramon Digivolve into this card for a cost of 1, which is really fantastic. And then from there, he can stick a level 5 machine or cyborg from hand or trash underneath, and then delete X amount of cards equal that have 6,000 or less DP, X being the number of level 5 cyborg machines or whatever underneath him. So he's got 2. Unfortunately for him, my Beowulfmon does have 7,000. So I'm glad, like, even though, like, Digivolving Davis maybe wasn't the best move, but I'm glad I didn't leave the MagnaGarurumon on field. So he's going to be able to delete the Bokomon. He's also got Reboot and, like, Piercing, I think, from, like, his inherited effects. So he's going to be able to swing security. Unfortunately, like, no attack boosts. I'm not sure if there's, like, cards in that deck that have, like, attack boosts, but being 12,000, not being able to swing over my Magna is kind of unfortunate for him. That would have been a huge turning point in the game if he was able to swing over my Magna and then pierce for a security check. And then we're just going to see a Gewalt Schwarmer deleting everything with a 7 play cost or lower. So again, I probably should have just left the Davis on field, but regardless, I'm going to start with 7 memories. so all is not lost. I've got plenty of cards in my hand that can do stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring out my Strabimon, not a hard play in for Greymon. I'm just going to go ahead, attack, gain a memory off of the Strabimon, and hit an Iron Fisted Onslaught. That is what I was afraid of earlier, so going to be able to delete my MagnaGarurumon. So at this point, I was just like, okay, well, now there's a big limit to what I can do, but this is the fantastic thing about Koji and Takuya is I can just play Koji, and the fact that he has a nice on Digivolve effect that can get rid of problem Digimon is really fantastic, because now you can see I can just play him for 3 and then use the effect, stick 5 dudes underneath them from my hand, which I've got plenty of hybrids to spare, one of which is going to be an extra MagnaGarurumon I have, and then as well as an Emperor Greymon. So that is the 5 right there, and then I'm going to put them underneath Koji and then Digivolve into MagnaGarurumon for a cost of 4. Draw my card, MagnaGarurumon is 1 Digivolving, bounce back a level 6 to my hand, and then bounce back the Chaosdramon to my opponent's hand, putting all of the rest in the trash. You could argue that's not the best against this deck, especially because stuff like MachineDramon can just hit the board again, and then now I'm filling up his trash with more like cyborgs, but it's fine. Now, my MagnaGarurumon cannot attack this turn because I just played the Koji, but it's really fantastic because then now I'm going to follow that up with a Starlight Velocity, which lets me play any hybrid or tamer underneath the stack. So I'm just going to play a MagnaGarurumon, play a 12,000 level 6 Digimon for 3 costs. So that's just absolutely fantastic. Won't be able to really use this effect, but it's just a big beater on field for a 3 cost, which is, I think is insane. So if I draw Suzanomon or something, that would be even more crazy. So I'm going to pass turn with 1. My opponent is going to play the MechanoRimon for 4, leaving me with 3. I'm going to Digivolve the Strabimon. I've got 2 Emperor Greymons that are a little bit dead in my hand, but that's okay. I'm going to swing with the MagnaGarurumon and then potentially use its effect. I think I should here. I definitely could have, but then I'm just going to swing into the first security check, which is a Megadramon, I believe, and then hit a black memory boost, and then I could definitely swing for game. I could have swung for game. Yeah, I definitely could have used MagnaGarurumon's effect to bounce back the Korikakumon or the KendoGarurumon and then bounce back his Mechanori and then end of the game right there, but that's alright. I'm going to go ahead, go Bokumon, again, go +2, grab the Takuya, so even if something happens, now I've got a Digimon that's got Blitz, and that's just another way for me to recycle my hybrids and then just get a really powerful Digimon on field for a very low cost, and if I Digivolve him, I'll gain 2 from the Bokumon, but at this point with 3 memory, or I guess with 5 memory off of the black memory boost, I don't think there's a whole lot my opponent can do here. For a 12 cost, he could drop the MachineDramon, but that's about his best play. He could do Iron Fist Onslaught, which would definitely get rid of both my MagnaGarurumons, but again, that would not be enough to save him. We're going to see an Agumon played here for 3, putting my opponent to 2. And then we are going to see the MachineDramon played for 12. So MachineDramon has an on-play effect where you can place up to 5 red or black Digimon cards with Cyborg in their type with different card numbers from your hand or trash. So I guess you actually... I'm not sure if you can use the same one since it's specified with different card numbers, so I don't know if you can, like, repeat, which I think my opponent did here at this point, but it's not going to matter. So regardless, we're going to stick 5 Digimon underneath that MachineDramon and then gain 5 memory, but there's one of them that gives him blocker. The Metal Tyrannomon gives reboot. I think Andromon gives blocker, but regardless, he's only got 2 blockers on field. I've got more than enough Digimon, so I'm going to be able to swing with the MagnaGarurumon and then use the effect, bounce back to Strabimon, unsuspend him, and then that is just going to be more than enough damage for a game. We're going to see an Analog Boy, but that's not going to do it. So anyways, guys, that's going to be the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think of this MagnaGarurumon build. Are you excited to see all the hybrid support and the BT7 set? Let me know in the comments below. But that's going to be the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.